Hi guys, welcome to ZussieMakesit. In today's episode, get ready. And as always guys, there's nothing straightforward here when you're DIYing. There's a bunch of little things that I noticed that I need to do before I can start putting the floors so that everything is set and I don't have to go back and do these things. One of them is I have to paint. The toe cake needed to be painted because for some reason when I did the cabinet there, I didn't do that part. And in the end, I did end up painting it, but I took it out. So it was a waste of time, you could say. But in the end, I will replace it with the right part, which is what matters. Okay, so it's 5:27 of the second day. I just worked basically like an hour, and I already took out all the molding and started taking out the linoleum. There was a spot here that was kind of like it looked like it was cut off, and they tried to put it with some glue. They glued it to the subfloor. So I'm gonna have to clean that up, make it nice. And I'm already already worked up a not a sweat, but I worked out. I think this is the rest of the floor. It's day 3 of the floor installation, and let me show you where I'm at. I had already shown you, but this is where I left off yesterday night. So now I'm off to getting that linoleum off. So this corner, I had to do this. I don't know if you can tell. It wasn't coming off, and I was a really bad angle here to put my blade and try to cut here, because I would cut the molding. So I just started cutting this way. So this is a cool trick. If you can't get to those corners, it'll come off right away. Now more cleanup. Sorry it's so loud, guys, but the heater went on and I turned it off because I'm already feeling like it's really warm in here because I'm doing all this work. But just wanted to show you here, this little piece, my pry bar doesn't get to it. I have a smaller pry bar, but I don't have it right now. I don't know where I put it. So what I'm gonna use is a flathead screwdriver. And then I'm just gonna, like always, you're gonna have to score the top of the molding because it has some caulking, and that is if they did a good job, and they did. The only thing is that now I need to take it off, but my pry bar doesn't, it's too wide, so I don't want to damage the wall or the molding next to it. I'm just gonna get this, and I don't have my hammer right now. If you have a hammer, get a hammer, but use whatever you have at hand that's safe. And just small taps, and then once you get there, you're gonna start pulling away. Small taps, nothing aggressive, just to get it out. And make sure that you're not going into the wall either. And once you have that there, just start kind of like taking it off, because it has the nails. It's gonna be a little tricky at some spots. If you were try to go in between the nails, and then it'll come off. Even if it comes off in pieces, just keep going. The goal is to take it all off. So here's the first top part. And then the nails are the ones that are always left behind. So I'm using this short plier, kind of like the ones to cut wire. And then I'm just gonna go in. And I like the small ones because I'm able to get in between the nails. And then I just kind of like twist it, do this motion, and start getting it off. And then at the beginning they're a little bit more anchored, but once you start pulling them out like this, try not to damage too much the wall, and it'll come off. So pull out, down on a twisty way, twist, one more time, twist down. Try to get like at the very end of your plier, try to get it all in. That's why I like the short one. Get it all the way in, and then I twist and then pull, and it comes out. Okay. See how I tell you nothing is really easy? So these guys, instead of just putting the molding here on this little space, they actually ran the molding all the way to the back of this, to the wall. So I can't just pry out the molding here. I'm gonna have to get my cutting tool here to be able to cut right here at the seam and take it out. So there you go, things that happen when you are trying to do a seemingly straightforward job. Let's keep going. The oscillating tool is the best one for this situation, so I did a quick video on how to use one. In case you don't know, it'll be right here on the top right. All right, it's day 5, I think. If I haven't lost count, it's day 5 of putting the floor on the laundry. It feels like it's just a straightforward job, but it takes a lot of detail and there's a lot of things that you have to do, so you do have to be patient. And I've had to do some other stuff in between, so I haven't been like doing this completely focused on this. So just take note of that because it could be your case as well. So now we're gonna move the washer and dryer right now, and let me show you where I'm at. So we took out the door here so that we can move a little bit more freely, and I'm gonna take out those things that are there hanging for the meantime. This is as far as I went. The last time there was a lot of cuts and little things, and just getting the hang of installing this floor because it's really totally different from the laminate, and because this is so thin, I really didn't like installing it. It's kind of weird, but you do have to do a couple of things to install it so that it stays put and it doesn't like unravel, you could say, because if you don't put it right, it doesn't click together well. Right now I need to move these two things out, so let's go. Okay, so now comes the hard part. We're gonna move the washer and dryer, disconnect everything. We did have some pool noodles here. I don't know if you can tell, pool noodles, because you know how they shake? That what prevented it from kind of like dancing into the floor, I mean into the wall, and hitting it. Man, this is dusty. And so we're gonna be taking those off. I'm gonna do that right now. Already took one out, and I have cut them in half just in case. This is another tip if you guys want to do that. And I had, I think, put one over here and some in the back, but I don't think the back ones did anything. So I'm gonna try to disconnect here, turn off the water source, and start pulling everything out. Okay, so this is all an experiment and I hope that it works, but let me explain to you briefly. I'm gonna be using cardboard and I'm gonna slide it underneath the washer and dryer. I'm gonna cut it to the size exactly where the little feet are gonna be able to stand on the cardboard. This is thick cardboard. This is from a TV that we've had, but I'm gonna use it up. And then I'm gonna slide, because this is such a narrow space, guys. There's no space for anything. I'm hoping that it works. I'm gonna slide first these washer and dryer together. Move it a little bit, then unhook all the stuff that needs to be unhooked in the back. Close off the water line and all that. And then I'm gonna move everything forward as much as possible because I have space, just enough space to move it all the way here. Once it's there, I'm gonna tilt the whole thing. Where somebody's gonna be holding it here, I'm gonna tilt it from this side and then slide the cardboard underneath. Once I have done that, I'm gonna be able to move it and slide it to this side so that I can have space and continue working on the floor here. And then I'll do the floor in behind this this washer and dryer, and hopefully it works. So say a little prayer. Let's do this. So I told my dad about the plans and he did not like it. He didn't think it was going to work out, so we decided to go with plan B. Plan B consisted in taking the dryer off the washer, then removing the washer on its own so that it wouldn't be so heavy, but it proved to be really cumbersome to take off the dryer, and so we decided to scratch off Plan B and go back to Plan A. Plus, we wouldn't have had space to move the dryer and the washer out of the way completely to be able for me to install the rest of the floors. So we went back to plan A and we tried to move those machines together as much as possible so that I could slide that cardboard underneath and get everything unhooked from the back. Of course, nothing is as straightforward as you think it's gonna be when you're DIYing something or when you're working in your house. I have my washer and dryer in the way and I want to put the floor all the way through, not just do a halfway job. So I have my washer, my dryer here, and the dryer is hooked to gas. So it's a gas, electric, but with gas. So I need to unhook this. The very first thing that you need to do and stop everything else, never just go directly and try to turn this off, trying to unhook this just like that. No, you have to go and look for where your gas line is and turn off the gas. So in my case, there was nothing down here that I could find. So I have my cabinet here with all my stuff, and it's a mess, so pardon the mess. So much stuff in here, had to take everything out, but as you can see, I followed the gas line. It went through there and down to here. So all I did was I turned it off, and this is already turned off. When it was on, the dial was looking down. Okay guys, success! I cannot believe I did this. We were able to do it. We unhooked the water, we unhooked the gas right there, and now also the drainage is right here. That one was connected right there in the middle, and it was just hooked all the way in so that all the water from the washer could drain out, and that was an easy just taking it out of that tube, the black tube there. So I have the hoses here. This is the dryer vent, which I also unhooked from here, and that was only from here, and that one was only this screw. Took it off. Now I'm gonna lift the vent, lift the hoses here, and just attach them right there. This one had a very handy handle here for this, so that was it. I'm gonna be able to clean up over here, so that's gonna be double duty. My mom's already starting, but wait a minute, because I need to I need to move the stuff first. Mommy, wait. Okay, so let me get that all done. We're gonna move everything. Now that everything is on the cardboard, I'm gonna move everything here, slide it to where this piece of floor is, and then we're gonna slide it back once the floor is installed. All right, thank you, Mommy. Okay, on this side, you saw my dad pulling. On the other side, I was pushing, stretching. You missed all the action because he was on the other side too.